Hi everyone, happy April. I'm Jana Reeves and I'm a Gold Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And I am excited to come on here and tell you how I hit gold, how I ranked up to gold in a very crazy, chaotic, not a very scheduled way. We have a very fun life. My husband and I have been married 16 years and are about to be 16 years, and we have 6 children. Five of them are still home, and their ages range from 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, and 15. Our 15-year-old is in a unique situation. Three of our children are biological, three are adopted, and our oldest son, who is 15, is able to be with his biological family right now. So that is a very unique situation. But we are just loving the life that the Lord has blessed us with, but it is never normal. My husband is a law enforcement officer. He's been that for 18, 19 years. He's a canine handler specifically, and he has a very unusual job because he gets called out all the time. He may get called out to work for the U.S. Marshals or have to go to a local prison or any prison in our state. Or he may get called to work with the local police department. So he is called on for many, many different reasons and different times during the day. So he could get a call out at night when maybe we've scheduled our day the next day, and he could get a call out in the middle of the night, and then he has to come home and rest. Well, this is my office. So my office is in our bedroom, and if he has to sleep, then I have to move my office. And so it can get crazy when I have to take my work out into where the kids are working. And thankfully, they all work pretty independently, but there are times they need me. So I have to stop what I'm doing and help them. Or maybe there's times that they're dealing with a drama situation because they're right in the middle of those tweens and teen years. And that can be pretty tough. They're learning a lot. They're still children, but they're learning to be independent. And those are very formative years. So there's a lot of lectures and talking and debating going on during this time. They're learning things like how to cook on their own and prepare their own meals, but they do have to have a supervisor. So, it is a fun time right now, but it's very difficult for our family. I'll just give you a little glimpse into today. So I get up, we're right in the middle of, being isolation, social distancing and all that right now. And so I get up to prepare my day. I cook 2 meals a day for sure. I do not do breakfast. The kids can eat cereal or fix something, an egg, toast, whatever, pancakes if they'd like, but I do not fix their breakfast. Sometimes their dad, if he's home, will cook a big breakfast for everybody, and I'm really thankful for that when he does that. So they are on their own, but for lunch and dinner, I make sure they have good meals. Now, 2 days a week, I do allow them to make what we call a co-op lunch, because normally on Tuesdays they go to co-op. So we all go to a co-op, a homeschool co-op. So I do allow them to do that 2 days a week. So that leaves the other days for me to make sure and prepare meals, or at least supervise as they do it. But today, let's go into today. So today was a unique day, and I get up as usual, and all days are unique. I'm just going to tell you around here. And I do my normal thing, and I'm getting my day ready. I do my personal Bible time and look at my schedule for the day and what I plan to do, and answer some text and things like that, and then move forward throughout the day. So I had not washed my hair in over a week with all this isolation. I had not really gone anywhere. And if I had, it was like quickly to the grocery store to grab something and back home. So I felt like it'd probably been over a week since I washed my hair, so I probably should. So anyway, I did that today. And during that time, one of my daughters was having a virtual violin lesson. So I had to get the computer set up and do that for her. And and that's kind of normal right now. That's the new norm. Well, as we moved out throughout the day, I'm trying to get ready, and I'm supposed to go walking with a friend of mine. I am a fitness instructor and personal trainer, so but I'm more of a beginner level type. I kind of give you a jump start, and so I was supposed to walk with her at 1, and I pushed that back to 2:15 so I could try to do a couple of videos and go on here and share with you how going gold can be very, very tough when your life is pretty chaotic. So I'm in the middle of doing the videos. The dog's going crazy. We have 2 dogs also. One of them will bark if he sees a leaf blow when the wind blows. So he has to be let in and out, or he's going to go completely nuts until he can get out there and investigate that leaf. So anyway, he's out and out and in barking. And then all of a sudden my husband comes in. He had gone to work, and he comes in the middle of a video, so I have to stop it because he's going to go painting somewhere. So not only is he a law enforcement officer, he also is a very good painter. So he goes, he comes in, so I stop it then, and my kids come in because they have found some MREs. If you don't know what that is, you can look that up. They're military food items, and are used for the military mostly. And they have found some that one of my husband's friends had dropped off, and they decided they want to make me one. So, and themselves. So, of course, I'm like, okay, well, that can be our lunch. So they do that, and they're very excited about it. And so I stopped to see about that. And then I finally get to go walking. There goes my dog barking. I finally get to go walking with a friend of mine. I'm running a little late when I do that. And I get back, and one of my daughters needs help with, do y'all remember present participles and past progressive and all those things? If you remember the tenses in grammar, she needs me to help her with that. So I have to basically relearn what they are so I can help her. So I take time to do that while she's sort of falling apart because she doesn't understand why she needs this in her life. Neither do I, but I still help her because it's part of her requirement for school. And we move forward and we get it done. So then I try to download a video. I did get to finish earlier, and it will not download. I'm like, for 30 minutes, I'm trying to get it put on YouTube, and it will not, and I'm frustrated. But then it gets done, except when I walk into the kitchen, half of the cookies that my son wanted to make, half of them are cooked and half of them are not. So he's nowhere to be found. So I have to locate him and get him to finish the cookies. One of my daughters wants to go bike riding with her cousin, and they want to go to a friend's house and just stay outside. But we live in the country. It's just not really safe. And we do live in a safe place, but it's probably not safe right now to be doing any of that, except for bike riding, maybe just near on our farm or something. So anyway, we have to deal with that because she's all upset about it. Teenage stuff, the norm. Like, this is our normal daily routine. So I have no idea who's coming and going sometimes, although it has been a little tighter lately. But and then I sit down to make a video. Finally, I'm using my iPad instead of my phone, and my mom calls. And I'm like, well, I haven't talked to her today, so I need to answer. And guess what? We live in their backyard, but we're not able to see each other. Normally, she'd just come over if she wanted to bring me anything, but we're really trying to keep distance. So anyway, she calls me and she says they have picked strawberries at my uncle's farm, and she wants to give us some. So I'm not going to turn that down. So I'm really glad that I had answered her call. However, that is just a small part of our day, and there's still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm trying to get all my IPA done, finish up my posting for today, and do those follow-ups and reach outs, and answer the team chats, and work on all the things that I had planned on doing today with my Plexus business. So that is a normal, everyday activity that I want to focus on, but it gets interrupted with normal things. Maybe some of you can relate. You've got small children, you think they're going to go down for a nap and they don't, or somebody gets sick, or your husband comes in from work and it's not been a good day. My husband comes in from work at many different hours during the day. It's never the same time every day. He does not have a 9 to 5 job. So it's a very interesting situation to have your husband just pop in and out, and you really don't know where he's going next, because he also works part-time for our county sheriff's department, and he works part-time as a security officer for a golf club. So he's and paints. So he's extremely busy all the time and called upon for a lot of things. So how did I go gold in that craziness? How did I do it? This is what I did. I trusted the process. And that's what you have to do. You have to listen to your team leaders. You have to understand that they have your best interest at heart. And you have to say, I'm going to do it the way that I know works, and the way that it worked for all these people. It worked by posting every day. It worked by making sure that you're reaching out to new contacts, that you are connecting with people, and that you are doing those follow-ups. Maybe you have a plan to reach out to 5 people, and it's 9 o'clock on a Monday night, and you're taking your 9 o'clock Monday night call because you need to be on those for sure. That is where you're going to learn new things from your team members and from your team leaders. That's going to really affect your business in a positive way. So you need to be on that. So let's say Monday's been crazy, and you get to 9 o'clock and you haven't done your IPA like you'd hoped, and what do? So your team call lasts till 9:45 because you're just on there hanging out and talking afterwards because you enjoy all the stuff you're learning from your team members. So what do? You feel bad, sending somebody a text that late, but you need to go ahead and do it. Even if it's just one person, you need to make sure that you are keeping your personal momentum going by continuing the IPA. Don't give up. Don't say, well, I didn't meet my goal, I'm just not going to do it. Keep pushing forward. You've got to keep doing it. If you don't reach your goals, if you don't reach out to those 5 people, make sure that you are reaching out to someone. It keeps your momentum going. That someone might be the person waiting to hear from you, and you don't ever know. And so you need to make sure you're doing that, and then just plan again tomorrow. Keep planning, keep moving forward. Do those follow-ups. Just send a follow-up, say, I'm sorry it's so late, and I hope this doesn't bother you, but you were on my mind. I really just wanted to follow up with you about this. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're really connecting with people and asking them how they're doing, especially during this time. Those are really, really important. So you have to make sure that you're doing the IPA daily. I don't work on Sundays, but I do make sure that 6 days a week I'm working that IPA, and I don't stop, and I don't allow all the craziness in our life that occurs. I don't allow it to keep me from making sure I am moving forward. Even if it's slower than I hoped, it's still forward movement, and you have to keep doing that. You have to make sure you're on those Monday night calls. You have to make sure that you are involved in the book study. This past book study we had was so great, but during that time, my husband and I decided we would take a marriage course, and we still have to work on those things. We still have to work on our marriage. We still have to work on our family, and we also do some marriage counseling. So we have to invest in our marriage so we can invest in others. You have to do the same thing in your business. So unfortunately, I missed some of the book club, but I still kept reading, and you have to make sure you're doing that. You got to keep moving forward. Don't allow the normal everyday life setbacks, and our life is not normal, but don't allow those things to hold you back. You have to keep doing the training when you can. Moving forward is the key. Moving forward with momentum, following the process, trusting the process, and not allowing oh, these things are coming into my life. I can't ever have a normal schedule. No, the Lord has put things in your path. If you have children and a husband and parents that live right in front of you or behind you, you have to do those things. You have to be involved in their lives. But you can make sure that you're still setting the goals and doing everything you can to make that a priority and pushing forward and not giving up when you don't reach that, but just keep pushing forward. That is how I made gold, and that is how I'm going to make ruby, and then emerald and sapphire and diamond. And that is how we do it. You have to just keep pushing forward and trusting the process. So I hope this has been helpful. I pray that all of you out there who watch this, you just keep pushing forward and trust the process.